Pittsburgh Steelers fans should soak in every bit of what's left of Aaron Rodgers' career. The 41-year-old quarterback is likely in his swan song season, wrapping up a 21-year run in the NFL that's spanned the Green Bay Packers, New York Jets, and now the Steelers. "Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it," Rodgers told the Pat McAfee show on June 24th. "That's why we just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to put any extra years on that or anything, so this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had." That means Pittsburgh will almost certainly be in the market for a new quarterback after the season, and the 2026 NFL Draft appears to be the most likely path. In his latest first-round mock draft, ESPN analyst Jordan Reed projected the Steelers to select Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson with the number 30 overall pick. It's essential for the Steelers to find the heir apparent under center to soon-to-be 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and I think Simpson has been the most impressive of the draft-eligible quarterbacks, Reed wrote. Despite the need, Pittsburgh waited until round 6 to pick a QB this past April, while Howard. It can't wait that long again. Ty Simpson may not leave Alabama after 2025 season. The one catch with Simpson potentially landing in Pittsburgh is his eligibility. As a redshirt junior, he could declare for the 2026 NFL Draft, or stay in Tuscaloosa another year. It's not certain that Simpson will declare for the 2026 Draft, but league evaluators have taken notice of his impressive stretches this season, Reed noted. He has thrown 16 touchdown passes and just one interception this season. Experience remains another concern. Despite being part of Alabama's 2022 recruiting class, Simpson spent most of his first 3 seasons as a backup. Before this year, he hadn't thrown for 200 yards or a touchdown in any of his 22 career appearances. He's made up for it in 2025, however, totaling 21 touchdowns combined through the air and on the ground while emerging as a Heisman Trophy frontrunner. Still, if his stock continues to rise and the Steelers keep winning, the two may not get the chance pair up in the first round. Aaron Rodgers has Steelers off to a hot start. Even if the offense hasn't looked spectacular, ranking 30th in total offense, 27th in passing, and 16th in scoring, Rodgers has done his part to lead the Steelers to a promising start. Pittsburgh sits at 4-1, atop the AFC North. Rodgers has been the division's constant amid chaos. The Ravens, Bengals, and Browns have all dealt with uncertainty under center this season due to injuries, or in Cleveland's case, inconsistency. And speaking of old quarterbacks, Rodgers will square off against another 40-plus year old on Thursday Night Football, October 16th, when the Steelers face Joe Flacco and the Bengals in Cincinnati. "I think it's great for all the old guys," Rodgers told reporters. "When I watch other sports, maybe it's because I'm the older guy, I tend to pull for the older guys to win championships." Another win would extend the Steelers' lead in the division and keep them near the top of the AFC standings. The 4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers play on the road against the 2-4 Cincinnati Bengals at Paycor Stadium on Thursday Night Football. The team did not practice on Monday, but released an estimated injury report, followed by walkthroughs on Tuesday. The Steelers wrapped up the short week by holding a final walkthrough on Wednesday before releasing the official Week 7 injury report. Pittsburgh Steelers number 2 WR has yet to play since Week 4. Calvin Austin III suffered a shoulder injury during the fourth quarter of Week 4 against the Minnesota Vikings in Dublin and was immediately taken to a hospital for further evaluation. The good news is that the underrated receiver avoided a significant injury after X-rays came back negative. However, Austin did not practice last week and sat out in Week 6 against the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh Steelers have brutal news for third leading receiver. Calvin Austin III was estimated as a non-participant during the short week. According to Brian Batko of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the Steelers have already ruled out their third leading receiver against the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday Night Football. This will be the second game Austin has missed in the young season. One major Steeler practice report update today: Calvin Austin III, shoulder, is out again, but that's no surprise. Starting safety Deshaun Elliott is questionable because of a personal issue after not practicing Wednesday. Jalen Ramsey was back in full and will play. Who replaces him at WR? Scotty Miller and Roman Wilson will see their roles increase in Week 7, while the Steelers will likely utilize all 4 tight ends. Miller played 44% of snaps in Week 6, while Wilson played 25%, and neither player was targeted one time. Finally, Darnell Washington played 80% of snaps, Jonas Smith played 69%, Pat Freiermuth played 36%, and Connor Hayward played 10% last week. The Pittsburgh Steelers improved to 4-1 on Sunday with a 23-9 win over the Cleveland Browns. However, most people outside of Western Pennsylvania don't consider them to be true Super Bowl contenders. Their defense, which was supposed to be their biggest strength going into the season, has some issues to address, and 41-year-old quarterback Aaron Rodgers, despite some strong overall numbers, is showing his age at times. If the Steelers are going to be able to compete with any team in the AFC moving forward, one thing they will need is another legitimate playmaker at the wide receiver position. DK Metcalf, their WR1, has been fairly productive, but none of their other wideouts has reached 150 receiving yards on the season yet. Per Underdog NFL, ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter says Pittsburgh will target a wide receiver upgrade on the trade market. Schefter recently reported that Pittsburgh is one of several teams that are expected to be active in seeking a trade. There could be some intriguing wideouts available on the market before the November 4th trade deadline arrives. Allen Lazard, who was teammates with Rodgers on the Green Bay Packers several years ago and on the New York Jets last year, is rumored to be available. He has barely been targeted so far this season, but at age 29, he could have plenty of game left. Jakobi Meyers of the perpetually struggling Las Vegas Raiders is another candidate to be traded. He has 29 catches and 329 yards through 6 games, and last season, he posted career highs in receptions, 87, and receiving yards, 1,027. The Steelers head into Week 7 of the season ranked 14th in points, but they're 29th in total yards, and their running game has also struggled. On the other hand, they have been fairly efficient in the red zone, as they rank 6th in red zone touchdown percentage. With Calvin Austin III, their second most productive wide receiver, currently out with a shoulder injury, there may be some added urgency for Pittsburgh to make a move.